if you've never made soup before, this is one of the easiest soups you can make if you have the right equipment. I'm using a slow cooker that has a top about 11 inches wide, and I'm using a stainless steel pie pan that has a juice saver edge. I'll explain why in a minute. The ingredients are potatoes, which I have scrubbed but not peeled, portobello mushrooms that I have washed. You can use leeks if you can find them. I'm using 2 bunches of green onions because they're more common and easy to find, and 1 whole head of garlic that I have snipped off the tops, and I'm going to wrap this in a piece of parchment. And tie it so it stays together. That'll make it easy to pull out. I am using parchment in the slow cooker and on top of the pie pan because it makes it so much easier to clean up. A lot of people say they don't like cooking, but what they really don't like is cleaning. And since you're making it all yourself, why not be easy on yourself? So the potatoes go in the bottom of the slow cooker, and the garlic wrapped up goes on top of them, not touching the bottom. Now, by taking this pie pan and putting it on top, the potatoes are down in the bottom. It's going to be hot. This is creating a different temperature zone. It's slightly cooler, but still plenty hot enough to completely cook the onions and mushrooms without burning them. And that's all I'm going to do until it's done. Now, if you have a slow cooker, whether it's old or new, they can vary a lot in their temperatures. A lot like a microwave, although they don't vary as much as a microwave. So probably the best time to make this is to try it is when you're home and you can check to see how long, keep track of it, and make notes when you check the potatoes and check the mushrooms. You can tell when they're cooked through because they're soft. They no longer have that crunch of the raw vegetable. That's step 1, and now we're on to step 2. So this is the next day, and the slow cooker had cooked for 8 hours on low. I could have done it 4 hours on high, but I like the slow setting. And I've taken everything out, and because I put the parchment paper in there, I don't have to wash this out. Now the potatoes, which I didn't peel to begin with, are so much easier to peel when they're cooked. That's not a problem at all now. I hate peeling raw potatoes. It's just something I don't like. They're nice and golden. You can tell that the mushrooms are soft. The green onions, if they'd been down in the bottom, would have been slightly burnt, but if you taste them, they're sweet, they're soft, they're all set to go. We'll put those in too. Now the garlic, although the outside looks about the same, on the inside it's nice and golden brown. Now the traditional method for a professional chef is to take it and squeeze out the roasted garlic. However, you can do that if you want to, but I like it so much. I want to get every single morsel. I find it leaves it like a toothpaste tube you've squeezed, leaves a little into it. I found that the whole clove comes out beautifully when you just pull the skin back and you get every bit of this luscious, sweet, delicious, so totally different than raw garlic. If it gets too brown, it gets bitter. You want it only golden brown. If you burn it, start over again. You can bake it in the oven. You can even do it in the microwave very carefully. Okay, so there's the last one. Now, so that it mixes evenly with my soup, I'm just going to mash it into a kind of paste here. You can just throw chunks in, too. That's enough. So, I have my potatoes, green onions, or if you had used leeks, portobello mushrooms, and the roasted garlic. Now I have to add some liquid. You could add vegetable broth, chicken broth. I find that it's got so much flavor in there, I'm just going to add water. Just enough to kind of cover the vegetables. I can add more if I need it. Now you could run this through a blender, but I find the stick blender is so much better. I like mine a little bit chunky, and it's so easy to control it with the stick blender. Just be sure you don't have it up when you turn it on or you mess. Get it down into the soup. I'm a little bit as I am. When you get it to the consistency that you think you want it, then you can just taste it. It's great, so much flavor. And adjust the salt and pepper as you like. I would just heat this up and serve it like that. Possibly you want to put little toppings, which kind of makes it fun. Everybody can put their own toppings. Sprouts, green onions, cheese, croutons are just a few examples. Bacon bits if you want to. But this makes a beautiful green onion or leek, portobello mushroom, roasted garlic, and roasted potato soup. This is a reminder that we had created 2 temperature zones in our slow cooker by using this stainless steel pie pan that fit perfectly on here. If you cannot find one like this, you can put your potatoes and garlic in and then use a trivet and use another pan to put the green onions and mushrooms or leeks on the top and put that in there like this. However, you're not creating really 2 different temperature zones. The top is almost as hot as the bottom. So what you should do is check it halfway through. Otherwise, you may overcook your green onions and mushrooms while the potatoes are cooking. So check it as you're doing it. Then when they get to a point where they seem like they're done, just take that out and and you can check the garlic at that time too to make sure you haven't overcooked it, and then put the top back on and let the potatoes continue to cook. It does get more critical if you're using on high in a shorter amount of time. So that is another option if you can't find the stainless steel pie pan.